Santa Ed is going to pick up Santa Claiborne and bring him here today. He broke his femur a few weeks ago. He isn't getting around all that well, but for the photo opportunity and for solidarity, they'll be here, so he's arranging his schedule to do that.
He's 94.
Claiborne, 94-year-old Santa.
Got to get video of that.
Yep, he's coming. Now, all of us eat regular. We eat meals. We eat snacks. We eat. We've been eating a lot of years. And, there's something about eating that is almost at an instinctive level. We managed to get food into the mouth, we managed to get it chewed up, and we managed to digest it. But there's new ways of looking at things. When I first learned the food pyramid, they taught it to us in levels. They had a low level, then they had another level sitting on top of that, and they had another level. And the doctors and the nutritionists have gotten their heads together and they have reinvented the food pyramid. And they made it much more flexible because there is no such thing as one diet, one food pyramid for everybody. Depends on your age, depends on your gender, the amount of activity. Lots of things change, and it also changes over time. If you have a cold or a virus and your body has extra elevated white blood cells in your system, your nutrition needs change slightly. So making adjustments for that is something that becomes the better job each of us does in that our own personal health, because we're going to have to manage ourselves for what we decide we're going to eat. Now, nutrition, the revised food pyramid, a long and healthy life is based on good nutrition. What the old saying is, we are what we eat. Now, the focus this lunchtime is going to be on the children because they are facing a tremendous risk of childhood diabetes, which has 400% increase over the last 5 years in diagnosed children's diabetes. And that is an alarming statistic. If that keeps going at that rate, the Surgeon General is predicting a $50 billion shortfall in 50 years in our healthcare system, which is already sky high and is already a serious problem. And his position is one that I think that we ought to adopt, is that if children work out a little bit, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, do a little bit of exercise, and they focus on good dietary practices, we're going to help them live a long, healthy life. So that's what the menu planning piece is. Our objective is to look at the elements of the food pyramid, and I have on there the link. And it doesn't show up on the wall very well, but again, it'll be available to you. It is mypyramid.gov. It's put out by the USDA. It is a focus on how to make your adjustments. But when we get to the nutshell, it's 5 servings of fruit and vegetables every day. Now the size of that serving needs to change. If we have a small person or a very large person, our serving size of those fruits and vegetables may need to change. And we may need more leafy greens for the vitamin C content, not just orange juice. But if we have a cold, orange juice makes the throat hurt. That's the easy way to get vitamin C. But you also can get vitamin C by having a salad. And the darker the green leaf, the more vitamin C in it. Up to kale, which is practically inedible in the raw state. In my days in the restaurant business, we used to have salad bars with ice in them, and we garnished the ice with kale because it would sit there and would last all week in ice and would still be green and curly. If you're going to cook kale, you have the highest source of vitamin K registered. It is also a very rich source of vitamin C. It also tastes a lot like alfalfa must taste.
Is that 5 servings of fruit and then 5 servings of
No,
vegetables?
5 combined. 5 servings. fruits and vegetables. And the advice that we give, if the reporter asked me this morning, she's got a daughter who has some food allergy issues and doesn't like vegetables, and she said, well, what do I do? And I said to her, 5 servings. But start with 2, if you're not eating any. 2. Make a change. Some. Now, the seniors are living longer, and if the seniors living longer continues and they are unhealthy longer, instead of a quality of life for the children, that if the children are going to live a long and productive and healthy life, it becomes something that we need to make nutrition awareness and nutrition knowledge a part of one of the life standards, and it hasn't been. How did we get to the state that we are? We've had lifestyle changes. We eat out more now than 5 decades ago was the norm. We eat an awful lot of our meals out. Our foods in the grocery store are processed. My grandmother did not have any frozen food at all available to her. She canned things, processed them, and put them in jars, and then she opened up those jars so in the wintertime she could have green beans and corn and tomatoes from the jar. Food processing. But now we process so that you can have a granola bar from all of these different pieces all come together and all put into one gooey, wonderful, scrumptious, tasty treat, but it's heavily processed. And perhaps some of the nutrition that we really need, the fiber, has been milled out. And we get empty calories from poor food choices. There is a revised food pyramid, and the revised food pyramid looks like that. Looks like that. Instead of having the pyramid be levels going across, the new pyramid are wedges that going up and down. One size does not fit all, and when you look at it, this one, you click on. There it is. That's not where I want to go. Give me a second.
Sorry. You're supposed to put a urine sample in there and keep it there.
Grains, 3 ounces of whole wheat grains. Look for the whole before anything. They're not even packaging whole white bread, whole wheat white bread, because they're putting in the wheat germ, which used to be milled out for convenience to make the bread whiter and lighter. But we need that wheat germ, apparently. It is it's got some minerals in that wheat germ that if we take it out of the white bread, Wonder Bread, I used to eat it as dessert because my mother never bought that. But Wonder Bread was go over to my Joey's house and I could have a slice of Wonder Bread. I'd eat that like cake, you know.
Sara Lee and Wonder Bread are kind of like 1 and 2 as far as the whole grain white bread.
Okay.
That taste like the regular white bread.
Like regular white bread.
Yeah, there's some whole grain whites that taste like whole grain breads, but Sara Lee is by far my favorite.
Thank you. Excellent. I bought a bagel in Tacoma when I was up taking care of my mother, and I thought a whole wheat bagel sounded pretty good. It tasted like I'd been in my wood shop making sawdust, you know.
It feels like it's made of iron. It's heavy.
It was. I couldn't eat the bagel. You know, it's like, thank you. Can I have just a regular bagel next time, please? Chris, where's the back button?
It ain't a grilled cheese sandwich. It was Wonder Bread and American cheese.
Right there?
But what did you?